Exactly 1 year after taking the job, Antioch's police chief is laying out his plan to rebuild the department and the public's trust amid the very ugly revelations about how many of his own officers seem to view the very community they are sworn to protect. 38 of those officers are now on leave after the FBI uncovered pages and pages of racist text exchanges. Now, Chief Stephen Ford worked alongside many of them for months before even seeing those texts for himself. So in an exclusive interview with our Katie Nielsen, he says his whole career in law enforcement has prepared him to deal with this crisis. And Katie joining us live now with more of her exclusive interview. Katie.
Juliet, the chief told me that he felt blindsided by these text messages. He said he first found out about the FBI investigation by watching the news, but he didn't find out about the content of the text messages until just a few days before they were released to the public.
Chief Stephen Ford, a cop for more than 3 decades, came to Antioch with faith in the police brotherhood, a foundation built on trust and loyalty.
Did you feel betrayed?
For sure. I would be lying if I said that I weren't, that I wasn't disappointed when I came to find out some of the names because, some, if not all, were men that I relied on and that I, needed.
Page after page of text messages discovered by the FBI in a separate drug investigation implicated dozens of fellow officers over the span of 2 years. The texts were violent, racist, and to Chief Ford, unforgivable.
Do you mind reading a couple of these for me?
This states, we managed to set up a perimeter and he got his A whooped in the backyard and I field goal kicked his head. I thought that was a no-no. No, we can now do that. He said, no, we can do that, just no chokes.
Is it possible to change the heart and mind of an officer who thinks that way?
When you see this kind of rhetoric and hate speech, can you really undo that? That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I don't know. I'd like to think you can, to some degree, to some extent. But what we're seeing here is clearly individuals who are harboring some deeply rooted personal issues, I think. Those are some deeply rooted systemic issues that they have to address within themselves.
What would it take for you to allow some of those officers, some of those 38, to go back on the street and be able to trust them?
Do I trust them to go back on the street and engage with this community? Based upon what's written here, I would say that trust has been breached, and I'll leave it there.
When he took the job a year ago, Chief Ford says he inherited a department where white men make up the vast majority of the force, while the city's population is 55% Black and Latino. The chief says diversifying the department is one of his priorities.
We all are comfortable with that which we know, and the inverse is also true. That which we don't know creates instant discomfort. We have to be more intentional about going into those communities that traditionally have been underserved, but finding value in them and serving and protecting them at the same threshold that we do other communities. Have we made mistakes? Clearly. But we're going to correct those mistakes and we're going to move forward and do it in a very meaningful way.
38 of 99 officers, more than a third of Antioch PD, are now under investigation and on paid administrative leave. The chief has reorganized the force and is making it work for now. If needed, he'll call in help from surrounding agencies.
We do have a diminished workforce. Is the city still in a position where we have the adequate personnel to keep the city safe around the clock? Absolutely.
What can you say now about your trust in the remaining officers?
I'm going to say point blank up front, the bulk of the officers in this organization have been great. They are hardworking officers. That's one thing I noticed when I first got to this organization is the commitment to the profession. There are a lot of dedicated men and women who work here and really take their role serious in terms of public safety. I have to trust them because there's work to be done, and policing is the ultimate team sport.
Chief Ford came to Antioch after 33 years with San Francisco police. The racist texts all sent before he was hired. Today is the chief's 1-year anniversary on the job in Antioch.
Why you? This doesn't have to be your battle. You can walk away.
Well, you're correct. I can walk away. As mentioned before, it's known that this all took place before I got here. I could walk away now, but I choose to stay. You know, I'm committed to the organization. I'm committed to the profession. What's happening here right now, and me being here at this moment, and how that has intersected at this point in time, this is all supposed to be happening right now, and I'm supposed to be here right now in this moment, and so I embrace it.
Now, I also had a chance to talk with the mayor right before tonight's city council meeting, which just got underway. You just heard from Chief Ford saying he felt very confident in his ability to reform this police department, but we wanted to ask the mayor if he felt the same way.
All right, and we're going to go to that interview, Katie. I'm curious, though, when you were talking to the chief, did he give you a sense of how the community is receiving him right now? And also, does he have that political support to make those reforms? And maybe the mayor answered that for you.
You know, what's interesting is the last two council meetings that I have been to here in Antioch, when the police chief has actually come into the council chambers, people have come up to him. They've shaken his hand. They've given him hugs. And it really does feel like there is a lot of community support for him right now. The mayor, though, said he still has some questions.
It remains to be seen. I put a lot of faith in chiefs in the past. And what I'm not going to do now is just blindly trust somebody. I've had chiefs tell me my men and women would never do this. I've had chiefs say, I trust all of the men and women at the Antioch Police Department. So I'm not going to blindly do that anymore.
All right, so that's the mayor talking about that. So let's also talk about what you mentioned in the story and in the interview, specifically about the federal monitor. Could there be that possibility like we have in San Francisco and in Oakland? What do you know about that?
So, Juliet, I do know that just yesterday, the Department of Justice was in contact with the police department. A federal monitor to oversee this department is not out of the question. Chief Ford says he really wants the opportunity to create the reforms needed himself before any outside resources are brought in. But he said if that is the direction that things end up going, he would not be surprised.
All right, Katie Nielsen with that exclusive interview. Katie, thank you so much.